You can look at me and tell who I'm voting for. It's definitely not Trump.
I want you all to imagine this for a second. The year is 2024, and you, as an American, as the person who has the right to vote, is being questioned on how you vote, not based on your ideological beliefs, but on the color of your skin. That's where we've gotten in this country. It seems as if the left continuously likes to argue this idea of ending racism, yet they believe that every decision that a person makes should be based on their skin color. You see, I'm not a Trump supporter because I'm black. I am a Trump supporter because I believe in the conservative way of life. I believe that we need to deregulate. We need smaller government. I am pro Second Amendment. I support President Trump, not because of the man, but because of the policy that he had when he was president that allowed us to be an America first, great nation. And that's what I want to get in 2024.
Hey, welcome back. It's your man Wise, and I have a great video for you guys today. I hope you guys sit back and enjoy this. It's a collection of videos, clips that I found just scrounging around the internet, man. I hope you guys enjoy it. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, let's go.
The DNC. Yep. So while y'all are over here talking about we're doing a great job, Americans 2 blocks down were like, we're suffering, everything is awful, and we're not a priority right now. Like, everybody is suffering from these America Last agendas. And black people, and that's why I pointed out, like, publicly, folks act like they don't like me, and it's like really big voices acting like something's wrong with me, right? But when I go out to these communities, like I'm doing a barbershop talk tomorrow, I did one yesterday, and it's like, Trump is not hated in the black community. Trump is heavily supported in the black community. A lot of people are disappointed with the Biden-Harris administration and therefore do not trust a Harris-Walz administration. Like, the on-ground experience is vastly different than what I've experienced on social media. So in the midst of all this, it's, above all else, it's given me a greater understanding of, like, ooh, how nasty politics can get. And you know how the media really can control a narrative. Like, the media can really make you hate a person. The media can make you ugly. Like, the fact that they always have Trump with this crunched up face and the pouty lips. Like, when me and my 15 students went and had dinner with that man, he did not look like that. And that was one of the most starking things that a student told me on the way out was, Kayla, like, he doesn't even look like how they make him look on TV. He doesn't act like that. Like, whoa. And they're like, I think if more people got to experience him in that way, then making a decision in November would be that much easier. But unfortunately, you know, he's battling the machine. And, you know, when you go against the machine, people look at you sideways. Yep. And it's really sad how, just as black people, like, we could talk, like, it's just really sad how, like, as black people, we are so defensive when it comes to doing better. And it starts on a small scale. Like, you got moms not wanting you to tell their kids to stop cussing. Don't tell me what to do. You feel me? So now.
She's absolutely right. The machine is what he's battling, and the machine can make you look all kinds of crazy. And they succeeded in 2019 going into 2020. They succeeded. Think about this. They beat the American people up for 3 to 4 years about how racist he is, how bad he is, how bad the country is, you know, at that time, how he mishandled this, mishandled that. They've shown picture after picture. They have manipulated people to believe a lot of things about President Trump that is just simply not true. Not to mention the way they chop up and clip. They conveniently stop and never give the full context, and then they just run with that, and then you have a lot of people that will parrot that. That's what's been happening for a long time, and finally, people are starting to see through the madness. Finally.
People are willing to do what President Trump does. What message is Trump sending here to people like you and people who live in the community?
For him to come here, he's saying regardless of politics, people matter. For him coming here, for us, we feel like, wow, we need to make black America great again, because black America used to be the very epicenter of politics. Black America, specifically the black church, was a place that you can get the information that you needed in an objective way in order for people to make informed decisions. So what we're asking the president to do is to make black America great again.
We're definitely looking forward to that. And shout out to Pastor Sewell. He did a great job at the RNC, but he's absolutely right. There was a time when the Black community was strong, even in the midst of a bunch of foolery that was happening, within Jim Crow and so forth and so on, the redlining, so forth and so on. But there was a time when the Black family was intact. There was a time, just like the sister out in Chicago said, yeah, I had to go to the colored water fountain, but our communities were intact. Our families were intact. Yeah, we dealt with some issues. There was some strife, but we had some things in order on our side of the tracks in the community, and we need to get back to that. I'm not saying we need to go back to Jim Crow. I'm not saying that we need racial segregation. What I am saying is that we need to start prioritizing the family. We need to start prioritizing the nuclear family.
Is the fact that people say that the Republicans pander to the Black community, but the Democrats are the ones telling you, you need us. We're going to support you. Here's this handout, but it's just enough to barely make it. Like, you're not going to ball out, but you'll always need them. The Republican Party is saying, you don't need us. You got this. You're capable of anything. This is America. Make it happen. See, that's why people don't want to hear what I have to say, because what I'm going to say is do the work. Stop waiting for a handout. Reparations ain't never coming. And you know what's even crazier is letting the 10 million plus illegal immigrants that are coming over here and taking all of the American jobs. Pretty soon they're not going to need the Black vote, because they're letting in their voters that are going to vote to have handouts and be taken care of like they already are. So you go ahead and enjoy the pandering from the Democrats, Black community, LGBTQ community, people of color, all of y'all, yes, enjoy it, because it's going to end soon.
She's absolutely right. The Democrats, they want to dangle that carrot out there. They want to give you just enough to survive, never enough to thrive. Dr. Claude Anderson said this 25, 30 years ago to Black people. They're bringing people in here to replace you. Folks didn't want to listen. He was ringing the alarm bells 25, 30 years ago. He's written a multitude of books about it. No one would listen. Now we sit in 2024. They've let over 10 million people come into this country, and they put them in Black communities. Y'all see what's going on in Chicago. Y'all see what's going on in New York City. It's happening in a lot of places. They're also putting them in middle America. What people got to understand is that they're bringing these people over to replace not just the Black community, not just Black Americans, but Americans in general. But what you guys got to understand is that the Democrats, they need a class of people that they can dangle that carrot over. They need it. They have to have an underclass. They have to. And they have to have a class of people, a group of people that will depend on them. So every 2 to 4 years, just like they've been doing in the Black community for the better part of almost 60 years, now a lot of Black folks aren't in need of what the Democrats have to offer. Most Black people are in the middle class. Just a large amount of Black folks are in the middle class. Over 50% of Black men are in the middle class. So we're not looking for those handouts. We're not looking for those little tokens and trinkets. Those things don't excite us anymore. We're looking to build families. We're looking to build business. We're looking to be able to build things that we can leave to our children and our grandchildren. So they realize that and they say, oh, snaps, we got to get a new voter class. We got to get a new voter block. And they've allowed almost 27 million people over here. You never know. You really don't know the number, and we probably won't know the number until Trump gets in office. Some people say it's definitely over 10 million. I've heard 16. I've heard 21 million. We really won't know until Trump gets in and can figure this thing out. But if Harris wins, we'll get more of what we got, and she'll probably exacerbate the situation, to be honest with you. That will probably happen.
Donald Trump.
Trump. He's not the best person in the world, but better than who's in office right now.
Donald Trump.
Why?
Because he keeps it real. Even though if he hate people, he's going to let you know, but he still won't get the job done.
I love Donald Trump. Bring back Uncle Trump.
Bring him back?
Yeah, we need some more stimulus.
What do you think about Joe Biden?
He's tired.
What has he done for us so far? We're in inflation.
He calls it shrinkflation.
Oh, where's it shrinking at?
How are you going to say that you're going to do this and do that for all the people, and then you go back on your word?
How is Joe Biden doing for the country? Maybe, does that say it all?
Yep.
Absolutely. I don't need to add any more to that.
To Donald Trump, the internet has called me a clown. I'm not educated. I'm not Black. They wish Donald Trump would rape my daughters. They want me to go jump off a bridge. I mean, the amount of hateful things that people are leaving under my comments, it's so disgusting. You guys are so for love and peace and unity, but actually, you guys are the most hateful people. You guys are a bunch of snowflakes. You can't handle somebody just stating their opinion. You can support Kamala Harris on your page. That's fine. That's okay. I don't expect anybody or everybody to think like me. So it's wild to me.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that 1000%. And she's absolutely right there. Are some of the most intolerant people out there, yet they claim they want us to be tolerant of them. All of them are hypocrites. It's outrageous.
Have been so allowed us to be so marginalized now that you feel like you don't have a voice because it's not other people around you speaking to the issues. But so you stay quiet and you stay hidden and you stay behind the foreground. But now is the time. We're not the silent majority no more. We need to get loud. We need to be bold. We need to get out and have conversations with our families, our friends. We need to stop being scared of losing our jobs when we're talking about our freedoms being on the line here. It was our ancestors with this skin color that fought for the very freedoms that we have right now. We dang sure need to stop giving it up every single chance we get just because a Democrat tells you that you need to. We don't need a Democrat to give us our power. We already have power because God is the one that sits on the throne, not a Democrat politician.
Oh, yeah.
Amen. Nicolette, what your advice to Trump? 45 seconds.
President Trump, my advice to you, sir, is that you need to be unapologetic. You need to be raw. You need to stop trying to don't pander to nobody. The reason that you have all of these people here and the reason why you have more people that look like us backing you is because you were unapologetic when you ran the first time. And there are those of us who remember that culture used to love you. We remember who Trump was before the media started telling everybody that you was racist. Go back to being unapologetic. Speak your mind. Say what you feel like saying. Be raw. Be unapologetic.
She's absolutely right. And that's why Trump is resonating with so many people, and especially younger Black folks. We're tired of politicians smiling, cackling, and lying. We're tired of it. We just want someone to keep it real. And sometimes the truth is ugly. Sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes the truth is raw. But the truth needs to be said. And when Trump said your schools are terrible, the cities that you're living in are awful, what do you have to lose? The people on the left, you had a lot of Black folks, they got all up in arms about it. Oh my gosh, but I've had conversations with people about this when when this happened and after the fact. And I had to ask them, is he lying? And they're like, no, he's not lying. The schools do suck in these communities. The cities are terrible in these communities. He's not lying. Well, he could have said it better. How can you tell someone that where they live at isn't good in a nice way? If you walked into someone's home and it's dirty, and you told them like, hey man, I got to get up out of here. Your house is dirty. Their feelings are probably going to be hurt behind it. But how do you tell someone that you're filthy in a nice way? Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section though. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, drop me a comment. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. I appreciate the love and support. Consider joining the ARP family. Keep God first in your life. Stay prayed up, and we'll catch up with you all next time. Peace.